Hi, I'm Theresa Conway-Hayes in Meridian, Idaho, and today we're going to do a Stamp with Theresa, just talking about miscellaneous stuff. I don't have card demos lined up to talk to you about, and I keep looking over here because I'm looking to see if everything's working. There, had to turn that off. Okay, now let's see. I've got comments on. Whoops, not that one. Okay, so I am going to do some stamping right now, and I have been doing some organizing planning today. I've been doing a lot of that lately, and some of that involves, I went to Costco today and bought a couple of these sketch diaries. I bought a very small one for planning, and I bought a big one for planning. And so this one isn't so much maybe what you would call, it is planning, because it's kind of, I called an idea book. And so this one will be an idea book, planner book, whatever. And what I did was, like this one in the front, it has an index. And I cut out pictures from catalogs to show what the stamps look like. So now this one is going to start with the DSP paper. In the past, I had made rings or maybe even 8.5 by 11 sheets of cardstock that showed my DSP, and I would cut them out. And I like to cut it out with my punches because that just shows me my punch shapes. Now this one actually is a retired punch shape, but it's a good way to use a retired punch. So this page has Beauty of the Earth and Simply Elegant, and then on the other page it has In Good Taste. It just reminds me that, oh my gosh, I was so happy that they continued the In Good Taste DSP, and then I'm not even using it because there's all these other beautiful papers like the Blackberry Beauty and the Peaceful Place. So then I'm skipping some pages, and I forget what I was gonna do with them. So I'll have to put an index over on the inside of this cover, and you know, then you've got this outside cover, and that's not really me. So I'm going to make an outside cover for this. And once this is done, I'm going to glue it on. So I thought that's one of the things that we would do right now. So I decided to use the Artistically Inked because I went crazy on this stamp set when it first came out, and I loved it, and I've kind of gotten away from it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to move the camera a little bit and show you over here. I like to mount all my stamps when I'm going to do something like this. And then I've got some pieces out here from other cards that I was planning on doing. So maybe I will do a card along with this. So I'm going to open these. I decided to use Polished Pink, Magenta Madness, Fresh Freesia, because this is Fresh Freesia paper, and Gorgeous Grape. So kind of a subtle background color, and then a more bold. And I thought I would start with my amoeba stamp. I call this the amoeba stamp. This one is fun to stamp full color and then also not full color. First and second dimension. Let's give that one a break. Still moving other things out of my way. Now we're going to go with this one, this stamp. And let's see. We're going to do polished pink with the big stamp. Sometimes I use the back of a piece of paper to stamp off on if I don't see any white paper handy. Okay, that's enough of that. Now let's get some words in there. I don't usually do words for backgrounds, but I thought what would be fun is I could do these every once in a while and switch this cover out. And so what I'm doing is I'm highlighting a stamp set. Maybe it'll just help me with my creative process a little bit better is what I was thinking. Okay, let's see, I haven't used this little guy. I love doing this. This is my favorite way to stamp. So it's a lot of fun to do as one sheet wonders, which is how I created this background right here and this background right here. So these leaves that are underneath here, that was a one sheet wonder. And I put some different elements together to come up with that card. Now, a lot of times I just do it like this. Here we go. Put it on top of a card base, throw some ribbon and a sentiment on there, And that's one of the ways that I do one sheet wonders. So this one is sitting here. It's ready to go on top of this old olive card base. And then I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the rest of it yet. Okay, now let's see. This is going to be green because that's a leaf, and this is going to be green. So I've got one more that I want to go crazy with. This one, it's easy to get that doggone line in there. This is a stamp that I don't usually do this with, but I'm going to try trimming it because it's just way too difficult to try to keep from getting that outline. So let's see if trimming will help that problem. I don't really like to trim my stamps because I do resell them when a product retires, and I don't know if you know, the person who might want to buy it will like that it's trimmed. And I don't check my stamps before they go out to see if they've been trimmed. So I try not to do this. But by golly, if it means that I'll be happier stamping because I trim my stamp, then so be it. So far, so good. A little bit there. It's better. Still a little bit. Still much better. So that definitely was worth it. For such a little stamp, it's very cute. Very fun to use. Okay, that's good. Now let's put these away and get some green out. I just had a pleasant surprise. I thought I was going to have to buy a new Mossy Meadow because my older, it's not really old because Mossy Meadow's a pretty new color and it's in the new style case. It's not a good pad. That doesn't happen very often, but once in a while it does. Sometimes I will return stuff like that. Sometimes I'll just use it for like stamping and camping. And I believe that's what I'm going to do this time. Again, remember, main reason I'm doing this is to remind myself about this stamp set and how it stamps. So if I don't feel like this stamps perfectly sometimes, it really doesn't matter because I want to see that too. So it might remind me, oh, be careful when you're stamping it this way, so on and so forth. Okay, done. So now I'm going to take my planner book. And let's see, what's my cheapest adhesive? Probably this one. And I'll probably end up using this snail up doing this. Yep, just used it up. And I don't have any liquid glue handy. So I guess I'll use my expensive detail glue. This is what I call my detail glue because it has this fine tip on it. And I was going to put a little bit of this on top of this nail to make sure I have some wiggle room anyways. There we go. So I'm just letting it kind of hang out on top of the spiral. I didn't plan on trying to get that to fit nice. So I could even do something a little fun like putting a little ribbon there to remind myself that this gold ribbon is really pretty to use. Oh yes, and I just reminded myself that it's not good to use glue with this gold ribbon. But yeah, this is just a fun way to craft a little bit and do some fun, weird things. I don't know. Just use up some stuff on my desk. This was from me putting the DSP together. These little circles came out of the Picture This. Is it Picture This? I don't have it out now. I think it's Picture This. I thought that was really cool. That I could use these little circles after I poke out the Picture This. Oh, so yeah, and the Picture This is what I used to do this card with. So let me double check that name. Yeah, Picture This is the name of that. So I use part of the punch out from here to do this label right here. So that was fun. And because I didn't want it to take up all the one sheet wonder that I created as background, I trimmed it off a little bit. And of course, I don't want to mess this up because this has the outside stitched edge. So I stuck it under there so it still has a stitched edge. And this paper right here is the Beauty of the Earth paper. Right there is the Beauty of the Earth sticking through. And then I used some linen thread and I used some extra pieces that were on my desk from, I was hoping it would come to me. Maybe Pretty Pumpkin is one I just bought. Pretty Pumpkin. What's the die set for Pretty Pumpkin? Yeah, right. I don't remember these things anymore, darn it. Very frustrating. Okay, so I didn't put my pen back in my glue. but let's see what this would look like. These look like pumpkin leaves. These are so pretty. I'm not going to use them up here because they're so pretty. I know I'll find another card to use those for. There's my pen. Okay. So that's enough playing with the front of this cover right now. That's not going to get in the way or anything. And then this goes over here on my desk. All right. So the last thing we were going to do was, I moved it somewhere and now I can't find it. Here it is. Just going to take this and turn this into a card. So if you're local to the area, I want to remind you that I have a workshop in my home in Meridian, Idaho, the second Friday of the month. For December, it's going to be the third Friday of the month, which is unusual, but I'm going to be out of town the first 2 weeks. So usually it's the second Friday of the month. This one wasn't folded quite right, so I'm going to fix that with just a little bit of trim. I hope you were able to get one of these mini trimmers when they were offered 2 different times. The first time they were offered was as a special incentive to, my face has been off most of the time, but it's a new feature with Switcher Studio. And so this is the first time I've tried it out. So we'll see how it goes. I really don't care if my face isn't showing. I do care that the cards are showing and the stamping is showing. Okay, do I want to put ribbon on this? I don't think black and white look good. Ooh, that is actually kind of cool. Huh, I'm going to do that. So let me get my scissors and get a bigger piece of black and white from over here. I use Scotch tape to hold the ribbon down on the back. These are my favorite ribbon scissors. I never have to fight them. And then I like to take a little glue dot and put that underneath here. Oops. This little piece and tie a little knot. And then I'm going to look at my extra pieces up here. This is really all I've got. And that's actually what I was doing before I went live, is I was going to put together a frames or a label piece section in my planner book. So we'll just make this easy and use one that I know I have, Tasteful Labels. I want to use this So Thankful for You. It's tight, but it'll be good. Ooh, wait. But this is better. Okay. Use just a little washi tape to hold it down. And I'll get this cut out. This was originally stamped on white cardstock, but I think that's going to look okay. Usually I'm very careful about that, but I think in this case it's going to be okay. All right, move this stuff to the side. This is going to go in here, and this is going to go in here, and then I'll find some embellishments. I need to go get my Tombow glue and bring it in here. The rest of them are all out in the dining room where I have my workshop, and I just ran out of Tombow in here, so I gotta go get a refill, a new bottle. Looks like my live has gotten interrupted a couple of times. Wiggle room isn't quite as good with this Barely Art glue, but it sure is nice for precision gluing. We'll use some 2021-2023 in color jewels on this. So I think we'll use, really, no, we're not gonna. I like this idea better, I think. Oops. There we go. There's something different. Now, oh, I don't have any vanilla cut out. And I don't think I want to use a white insert for that. So later on, I'm going to cut out a thinking still. This would be kind of pretty. Yeah, I think I like that. We'll use this Pale Papaya new in color. Sometimes I like to use my bone folder to try and get that glue to distribute towards the edges. That's kind of cool actually when it opens and you that Pale Papaya peeks out. I like that a lot. Okay, so that's the card for today. This is what I call One Sheet Wonder, and then that was kind of fun to put that contrast of that checkered ribbon on here, and just tried some different things. And you got to do that once in a while, because maybe it won't look right to you at first, but then I set my cards on my desk or a shelf and, you know, leave for the night and then come back the next day and look at it and go, wow, I actually really like that. So you just don't know until you try whether you like something or not. This is it for today. If you have any questions or comments, if you would like to know anything more about the workshops, please feel free to message me or post a comment. If you'd ever like to join my team, please get a hold of me. I believe I have a lot of strength in being a online team leader in respect to training and support. I feel like I have a lot of strength with that. I recently had a gal join up with me, and even though she's just one city away, she has a lot of interest in being online with her business. And so I hope that she's found me to be beneficial, and I plan on coming up with more ideas all the time to be able to support her. So also, if you'd like to do online classes with me, either because you're not local or because you just don't want to go to somebody's house, reach out for that too. I am launching a new online class series, and I'm excited about that. So we will see you next time when you are in the mood to stamp with Theresa. And one of these days, I'm still working towards having a dedicated day and time. So maybe Thursdays at 4 o'clock or something like that. And be consistent with that, because I think that will be beneficial to folks. Okay, well, we will see you next time. Take care.